In this video, I'm going to try to teach you what hardware you should be looking for the computer that you personally need. If you're only going to be web browsing and maybe some Excel and Word files, for a CPU, I would recommend either a Intel Core i3 or an AMD APU. I would recommend about 4 gigabytes of RAM and an SSD instead of a hard drive if you can either buy one with a pre-built computer or if you're willing to put in the extra effort to replace your hard drive with an SSD because it will give you a lot better performance than a hard drive would and will make your computer a lot faster to run with. And you may be interested in buying a Chromebook as they are inexpensive and made for Google searching, and you can use the Google Drive to make Word documents and Excel files and such. Now, if you're planning to use your computer for gaming, you will need a graphics card. And if you're planning to play 2D games or 3D games at medium settings, the GTX 750 from NVIDIA is a good choice, or the AMD R7 260X. For 1080p maxed out gaming, you will want a very good graphics card, either a R9 270 or a NVIDIA GTX 960 for 1080p maxed out gaming. And if you're planning to play games at 1440p, the R9 290X is a very good deal as of spring 2015. If you want to play games at 4K, the R9 295X2 is insanely cheap as of spring 2015 and beats out all NVIDIA graphics cards that can play games at 4K. And if you're willing to put the time in, you will want to build your own computer instead of buying a pre-made, as it will be far more inexpensive. Because pre-made computers for gaming tend to have CPUs that are more expensive than was needed for gaming, and the company also needs to make a profit off of you, making the computer more expensive than it needs to be. Now, for a gaming processor, I would recommend, in 2015, the AMD 860K is a good processor for medium setting 3D games or 2D games like League of Legends at under $100. The AMD 6300 is a good processor which should be able to do any 1080p maxed out games. And the AMD 8350 should be able to push you up to basically any graphics card you can imagine without bottlenecking. And if you have the extra money, the Core i5 will do slightly better performance because it has less cores, and less cores equals better performance in games, unless the processor has hyperthreading. And if you're planning to do more than just gaming, maybe some video editing, maybe it's a workstation too, the i7 4790K will be a very good processor for you. And you should also have an SSD in the gaming computer, as it will still make a massive impact in speed for loading screens and booting up your operating system and opening programs faster. So it is a must-have in any computer you should be buying. And I would recommend about 8 gigabytes of RAM in a gaming computer. And feel free to ask questions in the comments.